Welcome back, and today we're talking about Tonikawa Over the Moon for You, episode 4. So like always, let's just jump into it. Episode 4 was a really funny episode. I feel like this episode, they turned up the comedy meter and I was having a blast through this episode. Now, I do want to talk about the beginning when Tsukasa was kind of monologuing her speech. She did say something wondering about when this cold was going to end, when she was going to find the warmth of her home. And I'm guessing she never really had that connection with other people, maybe her family or something along those lines. Maybe she doesn't feel like she's accepted at the home that she was in, and that's why she's doing everything that she's doing now, right? She's trying to find a place that she can truly call home. And this episode, I kind of feel like we did learn a little bit about Tsukasa's past with the introduction of a new character, Chitose. Now, I have to say, I love Chitose right off the bat. She was referring to Tsukasa as Nisama, so that leads me to believe that she's her sister. But my theory right now is that Tsukasa is not really like Chitose's biological sister. I'm starting to think that she's more like an adoptive sister or something along those lines, where the family or the house that we got to see this episode, right? You can tell it's a very, very big house. So definitely people that have a lot of money. I feel like Tsukasa is maybe like a family friend, or she was adopted into that family, or she could be the biological daughter. I don't know, but my theory is that she's not an actual biological sister of Chitose, and that she was adopted into this family. Now, Chitose, she is very defensive when it comes to Tsukasa, and the whole interaction between Nasa and Chitose was really funny. Whenever they started doing the bubbles, the little text bubbles, explaining the situation, going through the whole conflict resolution, I was laughing because Nasa is just on a whole different level. This dude is so oblivious. He is so clueless. It was just funny. Now, Chitose was able to kidnap Nasa and take him to her house, a very big house, and her whole plan to get Tsukasa and Nasa to get a divorce was literally to create tabloid material where she was going to Photoshop, like, you know, kind of like provocative pictures of Nasa and some of the maids. And when the maids came in and they were willing to do whatever, well, one of them was willing to do whatever it took. It was a funny moment. Again, this episode was just really full of comedy, heartwarming moments. It was awesome. Now, whenever Tsukasa got into the mansion, all bets were off. It was really funny to see Tsukasa kind of quickly acknowledging that, you know, the photo was Photoshop and she used it to make a getaway. That was really awesome. And the little text bubble that popped up whenever Nasa was kind of, you know, oblivious to everything, that he's really just useless at anything that he does except studying, was really funny. But I also want to talk about the moon rock, right? Because I feel that moon rock is going to have some type of significance when it comes to this story. Now, that moon rock belongs to Tsukasa, and at the beginning of this anime, right, and I could be wrong because we're on episode 4, but I'm pretty sure the anime opened up with like a big image of the moon. And heck, even in this episode, whenever Nasa was talking about the rock and stuff like that, we got to see that picture once again. It could have some type of meaning. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it. You know, I'm trying to get my tinfoil hat on and see where this anime is going to go. Because again, whenever Nasa was being kidnapped by Chitose, and you know, they were talking about why would Tsukasa marry this guy, and you know, he kind of thought about it for a second, right? He's like, yeah, why would she marry me, right? Because we're led to believe, you know, that Tsukasa is a really beautiful woman or teenager. Again, don't ask questions. She got her parents' consent, even though we didn't meet them in this episode. But yeah, you know, Nasa was asking that question as well. Why did Tsukasa decide to marry me of all people, right? She could probably be able to go to any random guy that she wanted to and marry them with no problem. I'm sure Tsukasa would not have a problem doing that. So there has to be a reason, a specific reason why Tsukasa went along and decided to marry Nasa. And the whole moment whenever Nasa was like, ooh, you know, maybe I'm hot. Chitose was not having it. She was like, you know, no, go ahead and die. She's not having it at all. Now, Chitose also said something very interesting in this episode where she was kind of saying that she wants to be the one that marries Tsukasa. And I'm wondering why. Again, I don't know if it's, for all I know, you know, you have to be married in order to get some type of organ donor. Again, this is my tinfoil hat being on, so I don't know where this anime is going. I'm just trying to find a reason why Tsukasa went and married Nasa, right? Because that's the big mystery with this anime. The romance is there, the comedy is there. Heck, even after this episode where we got the first kissing scene between Nasa and Tsukasa, was very beautiful. So, you know, you can tell these two characters, at the very least, we know for sure that Nasa is really in love with Tsukasa. And from the little body images and the way that Tsukasa is reacting to everything, I am willing to bet that Tsukasa also has feelings for Nasa. Now, I don't think that Tsukasa has any ill will intent or trying to cause harm or trying to take advantage of Nasa in any way. But there has to be a reason, right? There has to be a reason. I'm hoping that whenever we learn the reason why, you know, Tsukasa decided to marry Nasa, it's not a disappointing reason, right? I really do hope it makes sense, and I really do hope it's a good reason. But, you know, this episode, it was really good. I would say this is my favorite episode so far from this anime because the comedy had me rolling in multiple sessions. I mean, the maids were really funny whenever she brought that huge sword in. Crazy. Did not expect that to happen in this anime because, again, we never got any sort of clue that it would be this level of comedy. So it was really awesome whenever they broke the rock and Nasa was able to fix it. Again, he is very resourceful. He is very smart. And the way he was thinking about that rock, I mean, I'm guessing moon rock is either very expensive and very hard to get. So the fact that Tsukasa owns it and she has this, you know, this, I wouldn't say obsession, but she is definitely connected to the moon somehow. What if she's an alien? I know tinfoil hat is on. I'm going all over the place, but I just really want to know the reason why Tsukasa is deciding to marry and be in a relationship with Nasa. So I'm guessing, again, I'm still thinking that the main reason is she has some type of disease and, you know, it's terminal. So she's going to end up dying and it's going to be very sad. And we're getting all these happy moments right now because, you know, towards the end of this anime, it's about to go down. Hopefully I'm wrong because I am liking Tsukasa as a character. And I definitely want to see Nasa and Tsukasa grow old. But I mean, there's always that little bit of darkness in the back of my head thinking, why did Tsukasa get married to Nasa, right? Why did she do it? What's the reason behind it? But yeah, overall, great episode. Now, I'm pretty sure that Nasa fixing the whole case that the moon rock was in, he was able to win over Chitose and the maids. Hopefully next episode we get to see either Tsukasa's parents. I'm guessing they're gonna start switching back and forth. Like maybe next episode they'll go back to Nasa's side of the family and friends, and then the episode after that they'll go back to Tsukasa's side of the family and stuff like that. Because that would be a pretty good balance, right? We get to learn about both episodes. I mean, about both characters every other episode, right? So that would be a pretty good balance. But as of right now, I really am interested more in Tsukasa's side of the family and in Tsukasa's side of the reasons why she's doing all of this. Overall, great episode. Absolutely loved it. Looking forward to episode 5 because, I mean, we're about to get through the halfway point of this anime season. And I have to say, every anime is getting better and better and better. Most of them. There's definitely some disappointing ones. IGWP, but we're not going to talk about that. Overall, great episode. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments down below. And like always, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.